Hello. It's been a while. Or sorry, well, no, it hasn't been that long. Um, just a moment. Just want to make sure the description is noticed, but I'm going to put it in the comments too. Um, I don't know the word to use. Friends, mates, buddy. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just thinking of some people that I've either seen in a recent live chat. I think, well, I'll come down again. So good look up. Or somebody I've been following lately. Um, um, sorry. Um, who I commented his top comment that he put just a few moments ago, and I guess he did the video fairly recently, and he hearted that. So I'm thinking, and I was mentioning coming to check out the live, so he might do so. Sure, after the fact is nice too, because then they can get comments when they might otherwise be quiet, depending. But and I know that there's somebody in my one friend's chat that I haven't seen on yet, and the other person, even though they're still taggable, they don't actually seem to still be in the comments. So yeah, something I still don't know that much about. Um, so just briefly multitasking. Um, and also, I guess, kind of trying to. So I'm just looking at the other window here. I'm also trying to decide how I want to address this. I mean, other than it just being kind of a random chat, maybe jamming. Um, it is definitely one of those ones that I very much feel the benefit of other people weighing in with how they keep the faith. Um, I think even though it'd be good sometimes to prep a little bit beforehand, I sometimes think of things pretty quickly to say, and organic can be all right too. And I know I'm not the only one that does it that way, but so I'll try and think of some ways that I do too. Chopstick if you're curious, chopstick if you're not. But I will also say that I struggle with it. So I'm a bit tired from my day, and I may still have something on today. I'm not sure. Something else on. I'm not used to being having so much in one day, but it hasn't been that wild, that crazy, I guess. But yeah, um, it's something that I struggle with, so I don't really know what to kind of say on it. I know that I have seen some good things lately, in terms of like the YouTube community, as well as also a friend on another site who actually was really nice and sent some money for something. Um, that and I'm modding a group on that site. Um, that I'm still hoping to make connection with that famous person I've been on about and may have found a way. So I'm kind of waiting and watching about that. I'm also gonna kind of treat myself to something sometime. Well, I've been eating a bit better, and I'm also going to treat myself to something possibly today. In fact, I didn't realize what time it was, so just bear with me. Um, Not literally, but he didn't work at me. He was just standing there for lunch. Um, and the dog is being good. Some of you know, our dog gets a little hyper sometimes when I'm podcasting on the phone, and now I'm about to do both. But he just settled down on that blue chair, so hopefully he'll be all right. Just at home, so I'm using this phone. Check the voicemails now. Oops, oops. That's funny. I accidentally called the person I might have an appointment with tomorrow instead of G. They both had the same first three digits of their phone number, and I just redialed it. Almost would have been better to have reached him because he may have been a little less busy, even though also at work, and he may have been able to give me the replies. But then they would have been possibly doing it twice. Hi, how's it going? Are you still on your lunch? Oh, have you been? Okay. Have you been on your lunch yet? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I just wanted to. I left a voicemail for that Justin guy, and was just wondering if. And I said to text us because I knew that there was messages there I wanted him to see. I accidentally called him just now, but there was no answer because it's also a 557 number. But yeah, so just wondering if there's anything. Okay. All right. Well, if you get it, huh? Okay. All right. Um. Okay. All right. Bye. Okay. There's one other. Nobody's been here yet, and I was now going to see that I've called three times this afternoon. But the first one was I got a message. The second one was accidental. I just have to do a really, really quick call. But you can see what the topic of this video is about, so feel free to weigh in. It's something I want to take care of. Uh, and the person left. I'll be like, okay, I'll come back in a moment. Bye, cheers. A little earlier than I accidentally called you after that because I was trying to reach and 557 number two, like I say. Um, I would have liked to have said that tonight would work out, and if it's still available tonight, maybe. But I'm wondering if you have anything during the day. It might just be me, and I'm available quite a bit this week during the day. Um, so So it's pretty flexible. Hopefully you will. And yes, if you can get back to the questions in the text as well, that'd be great. Kind of surprised that he doesn't want to come in as well because it's a very physical job. I bet he's in pretty good physical condition, and Mondays are usually very busy at work. But I guess with the other appointment and just a little bit of time in between, and it still being fairly nice garden weather, he's very much into gardening. Not that I'm not, but I yeah, but I understand. Heavy winter before we know it. But anywho, yes. So if you can just text back, I'll see that later this afternoon, and yeah, see what we can schedule. Let's see if we can work something out. Okay, bye. It's weird. That's really odd, actually. But I don't feel like getting up again because I just got back on the couch. But there's some white clouds, but it looked quite a bit thicker, like thick white clouds, and it wasn't looking that sunny. And so I put the light on in the room, come and sit back down, and now I'm not really seeing much of those clouds, and it's very blue and sunny. So I feel like I'm in a lot of light right now. Maybe I don't mean to be misinterpreted when I do this, but I don't know, maybe I have the light of God upon me. Maybe I have, uh, you know, my angels shining down on me. And I would say that the latter, for me especially, does help. Also, having good connections with people and mutually being there for each other. Um, seeing people doing good things, that that restores that 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 restores and or keeps faith. Um, um, and that can cover a lot of stuff. It's true. But other than that, sorry, I'm just putting lotion on, not meaning for that to look funny. Other than that, I'm not really sure. It's hard when things are confusing or uncertain or slow. It can be very hard to um, to whoops, I did that wrong. Um, to keep the faith, that is for sure. And so, yeah, I mean, it's not a lie to say that I'm doing this video partly to get suggestions as to how people do it. Now, you don't have to look at it like a religious sense. I mean, if you want to, sure. But you can just say, how do you stay optimistic? How do you hold hope? And the person left is like, oh, if this is not religious, I'm out of here. I came here for the preaching. um, maybe if you stayed, you may have gotten some. Just kidding. But who knows? Um, wouldn't have been hugely biblical, but and yeah, but yeah, how do you keep optimism? How do you keep the faith and hold hope? Um, you know, especially when you are hoping for specific things, but maybe as all of us do, some more than others. Sometimes things don't work out. You know, and especially if you feel like you're experiencing that quite a bit in a certain time frame, where like for months or whatever, if you feel like you're experiencing that, good boy, good at you being good, oh yes, then yeah, it can be hard. I mean, many people have wavering faiths, and I'm not judging that. And actually, as you can maybe tell, I'm actually kind of understanding it. But there are so many people who don't. They have a very strong faith. I suppose if you're active in a church community, that might help. Which reminds me, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to actually email that casting company after all, but I did put a comment on something that hopefully will maybe help me make that decision. I do want to watch back that other video, see if I can, maybe that is not going to know, man. The latter part of the forgiveness video, because yes, I don't know. I guess it's easy to fall backwards with things like that. Like I can say, okay, maybe I have a bit more understanding. It's not that I'm not an empathic person, but and maybe have some forgiveness. But sure, this is the way I can reach them outside there. Um, so I'm just typing something on my other device. Um, yeah, I mean, so like there are definitely things that make it challenging and unfortunate, but true. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I was, like I say, hoping that there'd be a bit more conversation here. Um, Sometimes things are quiet, sometimes they're not, and sometimes things are quiet uh, more often than that. But sometimes they aren't. So Nate Sabi sounds like the reason. Speaking of, although I know I was vague, I'm just curious about something, but no. Um. So yeah. Um. yeah, so that's something I would certainly like to talk about more in this video with the one or both of the people that just tuned in, and welcome. Have you ever been to the channel before? How did you come across it? Glad to have you here. When you experience setbacks, sometimes a lot around a short time frame, it's harder to hold hope, be positive, keep faith, however you want to put it. What helps you do so? Or what do you think would help you do so? And we could talk about that more, and that might be helpful to all of us. I'll let you weigh in on the chat. Because, yeah, I'm kind of at a standstill. I don't really know how to otherwise approach this topic until we have a conversation about it. And yeah, I'm very curious who we got watching. I know that there's a few people I'm thinking it might be, since I've, got a bit of a YouTube community, and there's some people that I'm kind of familiar with on here. And of course, like and subscribe and all that good stuff whenever you feel the desire to. It was supposed to rain this afternoon, and I think maybe a little this morning, but I don't believe it has. It's mostly sunny and kind of windy. And if I'm not doing the other thing tonight, but the breeze is actually kind of nice. If I'm not doing this other thing tonight, I'm tempted to go out in a bit, but I can roll for another. And he was up there, just not kind of move into it. I can roll for another maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Um, but yeah. Um, I don't know if you're working on comments, but if the topic is a bit of a struggle and you're hoping I say something brilliant, maybe I already have. But before you tuned in, the other thing we could talk about is what are the kind of things that you like to come across, or what do you like to watch on YouTube? Uh, I'm pretty diverse with this channel, and so it might make me think of something that I posted recently that I could kind of mention about. Like I'm thinking of something that I posted recently, like more than once actually, on a topic, and yeah, it is kind of making me think that you know it's something that I might want to, like I say, go do in a little bit. Um, I'm thinking of some of the people who I think it might be that are viewing at the top, and they aren't exactly shy. So either you're working on a comment or you're not, in which case I'm thinking it's probably not the people because like one is definitely not shy, and talk, both two aren't. That I three, two of them have commented before, um, more than one occasion, a few times in chat, and one of them he'd pretty much talk to anybody, I think, and the other one was talking in somebody else's chat, and may have found his way over here. Two of them actually. So yeah, um, I really appreciate that you guys are sticking around here with me. But yeah, and what I'll say maybe is that if you are working on a comment, if you're not, maybe consider it. Why not? No need to be shy. I'm pretty laid back and easy to get along with. But if you are, feel free to send through what you have so far. So I'm not just sitting here waiting, while you're trying to make it perfect, which perfect doesn't exist, and you're just trying to get it all good and in the right number of characters that a comment can be. Send what you've got, and then you can keep writing. And if you need me to not talk so that you can focus on what you're writing, let me know that too, because a lot of people can multitask, some can't. So, and if for whatever reason the written thing is either not your thing or something that is difficult for some reason. Um, Again, I did already say some things on the topic if that's what brought you into this, and you're welcome. Sorry, I was just reading something for a moment. You're welcome to. Okay, I think I was just saying that I did say right. Yeah, so you can certainly look back at that or any of my other content, especially the live streams. Those are more of the recent ones in that. But yeah, I mean, it's weird. I don't know if it was just because I was kind of worked up about some topics when I was talking to someone on the phone earlier, and I mean, I was even near the AC, and I was getting quite warm. I was watching something which I mean, I'm just kidding. Um, but but there is a breeze out. Maybe it's a little bit windier than it was before. So I don't know. It kind of makes me feel like but then also I couldn't go in anywhere with my bike, even though I don't have money. That's been a bit active, and so I might run it. Even though I'm mostly feeling good, but there is. I am kind of thinking maybe I won't go too far today. Maybe I'll just go for a bike ride in the area. Yes, I wouldn't get to meet the Mormons again, but they can text me now. And I'm sure I'll probably end up with that area at least once or twice. It's it's a bit triggering even for me. It's weird how even when we talked about that, because then I said, well, that does kind of relate to my other topics. That when we passed that topic, he went back and he said, "This isn't weird." I'm still a little bit confused. It's like he may be worried that maybe he triggered a topic in me, but I had already planned it or whatever, and he understood the phrase, a very strong phrase I used: "Live to help and die a little inside when I don't get to." Or I can sing, but I haven't been getting the opportunities for reasons I sometimes mention on this channel, not because I can't sing. So I can sing, but I can't sing, so I can't sing. Or I won't sing. But, you know, I have been doing music on here a bit lately, and you're welcome to check that out. Um, but yeah, we're still going to have some decent weather days. So I will. I don't know. I'm gonna like on the leaves. Oh, right, and it's a school day, and school's gonna be letting out soon in the area. It'll be crazy. Maybe later tonight I will, but I might need my bike for an appointment coming up. And even though there's a bit of a trigger, a bit of uncomfortableness about this other thing that I want to do, which is just something I want to bike to and hang out for a little while. Hopefully more than once before the winter gets here, and then my bike isn't really equipped for it, and I don't think I'm gonna spend to get it so because I don't need it to be that much, and I really wouldn't want to bike in the winter all that much. Um, I can still do that other days. But yeah, I might go for a bike ride tonight. We'll see. Even if it's not to that appointment. Hmm. That's something I definitely want to. I don't think the lighting in this room is that interesting. His mic is lower than usual. But somebody said it gives a neat glow. Somebody else just said something interesting to Maxie. Since it's so quiet here, I'm watching his chat a little bit. It's just one of those videos. Again, like I say, it might not be my best one, but you can say I don't think it's my worst either. But then again, none of them are terrible. Some of them just have more gems and goodness and focus, and honestly the conversation really helped makes it too. Make it as well. And wow, there ain't been much of that happening. So I won't roll too much longer then. But yeah, no, unfortunately, even though it's during the day and there's a bit of an evening routine at our house, um but not really much plans, I don't think. And it does in the front, especially. It looks like it's cloudy. Look cloudy. Um, as much as I would like to go biking right now, there's a school not super far from us, and the pickup and drop off, and it's rush hour kind of, or it's about to start being, and it's just going to be too hectic to dodge, you know, all that extra stuff. Um, I want to just go for a leisurely bike ride later, so I will maybe. But yes, and I should also check tires. But I do have some other stuff I can do on the computer, and I'll probably wrap up soon. Sorry. I think it's Alice's restaurant. I want to learn those. Yeah, just a random reminder. Well, I mean, I know that Dunza did. Well, my son's not like really sick, and she said she was only briefly going into work today to drop off some stuff, but she's been kind of not very online today. A little bit this morning. Let's see if I can bring her in. I wonder. It was interesting. I had sent her a particular one the other day, and she decided to watch one of the shorter ones and comment on that. I guess maybe she felt she wanted to give the other one more time and attention later. Um, but no, I mean, there's been some good things about today, and I appreciate that. Need more good things. But yeah, so I'd be curious to see if she's like, oh yes, I was gonna, or the one I sent there, and then comes and sees that I'm live, and then it's the big question: would she ever get to the other one? I think you're gonna wrap up soon because obviously I'm a little tired. It's a little quiet in here, but there's a whole other conversation going on in a parallel universe where nothing rings, nothing hurts. There's a waltz playing slowly in time. I don't sing a cappella very often. I guess it's not that I can't, but I don't really prefer to. Lay the grass on tiny bare feet. I look at you, looking at me. Could you beam me up? Give me a minute. I know what I'd say in it. Probably just stare. Happy just to be there holding you. Beam me up. Let me be lighter. Tired of being a fighter, I think. A moment's enough just to beam me up. BEAF. See, we got someone tuned in as I was doing that. I'm not used to singing a cappella. In my head, I see the baby blues. Taken to and now there's one of me and you. When I see you, can you send me a sign? Burn a candle and turn out the lights. And you laugh. Pick a star and watch you shine. And that's just that part again. Ah, 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 ah. Now, I am wondering something. Um, Earlier today, but I don't know that song real well. But then this group, I know I said earlier too, they're really good. Um, Playing in the background a little bit. They're not well anyway, and they're a live band, so they're not using the track. Although two of them are playing. I don't even know what's called a drum pad, maybe. Uh, Taylor would probably know. Um, Although he plays the drum kit, so maybe it would. I'd be able to tell kind of by the sound of it. All my dreams, if I could. This is what we need. Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know a lot of her songs, or you know, but people that write love songs a very similar way. But she also has a lot of other songs too. And it's interesting that she just came up because um, that might be some good ideas in that. Well, so that improved a little bit this morning and today, but still a little uncertain. That meh, and then yeah, that kind of doesn't feel very confident. A super long video, unfortunately, that I'm listening to. I don't know why that's open. Quite a sad. Part of me wants to keep rolling, although I mean none of them said for sure they were going to come, but And since they haven't yet, I'm thinking they might not. Oh, his video went really quick today. Oh well, like his live, he rolls for a couple hours, and although I may have missed the first part of it, but no, I think it was near the top of the chat, so I don't know. Anyway, um, yeah, it looks like the weather wouldn't have held up for us to get there anyway tonight since we don't drive. Um, it's not that I haven't done this particular singer's songs often, and I mostly do like her, so I don't know. What I might do is browse until I come across a song that I'd like to do. If there's somebody here watching, great. If there's not, I might just do it next time because it could happen, but the likeliness of somebody 40 plus minutes in, I mean, they might skip ahead a bit and land there, but the likelihood of somebody that much in seeing me do it isn't very strong. And although there's the angels, um, it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same as either in person or online viewers, and then, so hasn't been a lot of in person performing lately. Um, I definitely feel like, and it's so hit and miss sometimes online. It's easy, but whoops, what was that? Somehow just what did I do? Mark everything as unread in my inbox. Sure as heck looks like it. How did I do that? I mean, I get. Oh, okay, I see. I don't know. Ever so slightly reminds me of Reba. Yeah. So I do have some song ideas, and some of them might actually kind of speak to the topic at hand. I've already have, but I certainly can if people want to put comments. But um, maybe I'll do one. Maybe I'll do one because whether this one particular friend who may or may not end up be who comments, it don't mind him, that's fine, um, is a Reba fan or not, a Reba, she might tune in and maybe I'll do it on the piano this time because I was on the guitar earlier today. She might come and see this afterwards. She is subscribed. She does seem to like my videos. So and when she does that, she'll hear this. But unless she or somebody tunes in, I might just do the one. Now, question is, what song will it be? The Greatest Man? Oh, she's back in messages still. Oh, shucks. Okay, I don't know if I will do that song. Um, I just don't know if the focus guy is actually okay with me singing to his content or not, because he said he was, and then not long after I started doing so, he didn't really say anything to my singing, and he didn't stick around. But he may have been having some sort of technical issue, or his phone died, or something came up. Like I say, some people, although it's a Monday night, you know, do go out and about pretty late at night doing different things, and going to clubs or restaurants or getting together with people. I'm just mostly not one of them. Mostly. Not to say I've never have been, but well, I think I'm going to wrap up then. This friend can see other videos I've mentioned to her. She happens to see this one or anybody else, that's fine. Um, you know, some people like maybe some of the people that I was seeing online. Well, nice thing finished. Maybe they were kind of had already been online for a while and were kind of had to go do other things as well. So, but hopefully they'll be curious and end up here. And there's a small part of me that hopes that this isn't the first one they stumble upon, the most recent one. But if I don't do another one before this, and I might not have ideas or energy or might be busy, then it might be. But I know it got a bit of a slow start, but oh well. Okay, take care. Bye.